Hi, it's Lisa Hanfileti, and in this video, I'm going to talk to you about diversification of income. So this will give you a little bit of background about how to think more clearly about what you do and the services you can provide beyond what you are most likely currently providing. So let's go ahead and take a look. Remember, this is not going to be fancy schmancy, but hopefully it will make some sense to you. So if we talk about diversification of income, the first thing that we have to do is kind of define what it is. And in my opinion, learning how to diversify your income should be a foundation that we are taught whenever we have any practice management or business classes. And it's a huge piece that's lacking in any training that we get in schools. And so this is a huge pet peeve of mine, because I think we could all be so much more successful if we just understood income streams. So it's part of my mission out there is to teach how to think more clearly about what it is that we do, and more importantly, what we know and how to package that. But I'll get there in a few minutes. So the reason why you want to have diversified income streams is because you are going to experience in your practice natural variations in cash flow, natural variations in when you can be present in your practice and when you cannot be. A natural variation would be something that is like a wedding that you want to go to, and so you're going to miss a few days of work. Or how about the concept of a vacation, where you take a week or two off at a time? So those are normal variations in cash flow because you're not there providing acupuncture services. So when you diversify your income streams, it can prepare you and protect you when unnatural variations occur, like natural disasters. And I know many, many acupuncturists who have experienced floods, fires, snowstorms, COVID-19, where we have had to close our practices for reasons beyond our control. If you have a diversification of income streams, it can protect you, protect your business, and protect your practice. So you can think of these different income streams as levers that you can dial in, and you can change and increase or decrease as needed in order to give you control over your business. And as I said, to protect you, protect your business, and make sure that you always have some kind of income coming in. So in order to really understand how to diversify your income, we really have to change how we think about what we do and what we know. So these are two different categories that are going to help you when I get to the actual things that you can do to create different income streams. So let's go through this a little bit. So we obviously know and learn a lot about Chinese medicine. The anatomy is very different. So the language that we use when we talk about anatomy, of course, we talk about body parts and our patients understand that, but then we use other terms like Jing and Qi and Shen. And there is a translation that has to occur when we talk to our patients. Now, some of us don't use those terms. We'll just talk about circulation and, genetics instead of Jing or something like that, or blood instead of Qi, because people understand that a little bit better. But I think all of us at a certain point throw these words in because it becomes natural. Like when we're in school, these words become secondary nature to us. So then we get into a treatment room and we may use these terms or we may not, and it's a personal decision. But sometimes it's not so much it really helps us connect to people. There are some patients who love this terminology. They want to learn more and they use us. We love it because we like talking about it, but they use us to learn a little bit more about these kinds of things. And then in diagnostics, we don't use blood tests so much as pulses and tongue, and we use our senses and smell and all that kind of stuff in order to determine pathology and patterns and imbalances and that kind of stuff. So the medicine is not just about doing acupuncture based on our Chinese medicine knowledge. It's really about translating that medicine when we are talking to our patients about what's going on, with what kind of pattern they're dealing with. There's also a difference in philosophy. So in Chinese medicine, of course, It's based on the down, being connected to nature and the seasons. And so, of course, there's 5-element acupuncture, but those same 5 elements, whether you study specifically 5-element acupuncture or not, those same 5 elements are part of every single aspect of the medicine itself: fire, earth, metal, water, wood. And then there's also yin yang balance. So we talk to our patients about yin and yang. We might not use those terms, but we are talking about work-life balance, relationship balance, environmental balance, what's going on in the seasons. We talk to our patients and we educate them. We probably don't even realize how much information we give them that's based on our own study and knowledge of yin and yang, and how those things affect our health. And as I said, so the medicine, the philosophy, this requires a translation. So I don't know if you've ever been in a situation where a patient is asking, well, what's happening in my body that acupuncture can help with pain? And, I just say, well, in Chinese medicine, where there's stagnation, there is pain. When you relieve the stagnation, you eliminate the pain. So sometimes we'll talk about qi and blood stagnation. Or how about this one? How many of you have ever said, well, you've got liver qi stagnation because there's stress going on, and we're talking about liver, but it's the capital L liver, not the actual, there's nothing wrong with your liver. You get in this whole conversation about organs and, channels, and doesn't mean there's anything wrong with your kidneys because you've got stress or whatever. So there's so much that we know, and some of us love talking about it. Some of us love talking about it, but don't quite know how to make that translation or connection to our patient. But regardless of where you are in your journey of how you choose to talk to your patients, this is all information that is in you, and you rely on it when you actually do acupuncture. So whether you realize it or not, all this information is in you, and you are using it when you are providing acupuncture services to your patients. So my goal for you is for you to get paid for your services and get paid for your knowledge. So this is a key concept here when we're talking about diversification of income streams. In a very broad sense, what I'm going to be showing you is how you can diversify income based on your acupuncture and manual face-to-face services, and income that you can derive from packaging your knowledge in a way that educates your patients so that they can use that information to continue to get well, to get better, to get healthy. So there's a separation in what you're doing face-to-face and what you can provide inside, but most specifically in this case, outside the treatment room, so that your patients can get better. And it doesn't just have to be your patients. So this is another piece to this, that when you package your knowledge in a way that educates people, it means you are no longer stuck with, I shouldn't say stuck, but you're no longer limited by patients that can come see you face to face. So now you've just expanded your reach to outside of your local community. It's not just people who can come see you, but people who you can reach in a virtual environment, a digital environment. So that's what I'm going to talk about next.